Hey guys, how's it going? And happy Friday. I hope all of you guys are doing good tonight. So tonight we're going to talk about the Taurus Gx4 Toro a little bit. See what you guys think. I think a lot of you guys saw my video that I put out yesterday, actually technically today at midnight, right? And a couple other guns that I got for the channel. And there's some other stuff that's not guns because we're on YouTube, but we'll be streaming tomorrow night on Locals where I can and will be touching guns live. So we'll do some of that there. But I have some other cool stuff in that'll be on the channel soon that I can show you guys. And we'll have as much fun as we can. Right, Susan? So again, I hope you guys are all doing good tonight. And I'd like to thank everyone who helps support the channel, whether it's on Patreon, the generous super chats you guys leave, channel members and supporters over on Locals. You guys are awesome. I have a bunch of cool content planned for the channel really soon, like actual stuff that I buy, and you guys make that possible because Susan doesn't, but we're going to have as much fun as we can on here despite all of that, right? And then after I go through a few things, like I said, talk about a few different items, a couple things I can show you guys that are pretty cool. And then I'm just going to do a Q&A. I haven't really done that in a long time. So I'm going to kind of talk for a while. And then at a certain point, I'll get in the chat and you guys can ask me basically anything you want. And I'll answer it. Gun related, otherwise, whatever, right? So yeah, that'll be pretty cool. So the Taurus Gx4 Toro. This is so lame. I don't even know why anyone's on this site anymore, to be honest with you guys. I can't touch the gun, but I will pull up and share my screen here so we can talk about it just a little bit. All right. Hopefully you guys can see that there. I'll try to enlarge it a little bit. All right. I think that looks pretty good. I know some of you guys are on your little phones, but you can kind of imagine a little bit, right? What's happening, Rick Nieper? How you doing, man? Nice to see you. So, yeah, the Gx4 Toro. So, if you guys remember back early this spring, it was sometime in May, I showed you guys the Gx4, which at that time was a all-new pistol, a micro compact 9mm striker fired from Taurus. It's got a little 3-inch barrel. It's like 4.4 inches tall, about exactly an inch wide, 5.8 inches long, which makes it fit right in that really small concealed carry range. And this pistol was like nothing else that Taurus had ever made, quite frankly. Not only the fact that it's a micro compact, but these things are like awesome to shoot. It's literally an internal chassis gun. There's stainless steel running from about where the front of the trigger guard is to the back of the frame, long, generous frame rails on it, and all of your reciprocating mess. Your slide is sliding on a highly polished, nickel-plated stainless steel, which makes it a very, very rigid platform. And you actually have the benefit then of having it on a polymer grip module or grip frame, whatever you want to call it, grip assembly, because you have just a little bit, even though the polymer feels hard, it's not like spongy. All polymer guns have a little bit of cushion and a little bit of flex there. So for it being a little 9mm pocket gun, it's actually quite easy and manageable to shoot. In fact, when my wife shot this and the G3C back to back, now you guys know if you've been watching the channel at all, I love the G3C. The G2C, awesome guns. But she shot the G3C, which is like substantially larger than the Gx4. And I should probably do a side-by-side video. I meant to do that a while ago. But literally, as small as the G3C is, and it's still a real nice carry size, you grab a hold of or holster the Gx4, it's like significantly smaller. So my wife's shooting the G3C. She's like, it's cool. You know, she likes it. And then she shoots my Gx4. And as soon as she was done, I said, which one did you like shooting better? She said the Gx4. Now, normally, if you take guns that are equal caliber, both 9mm, both the same ammo, and you shrink it down in size, the smaller guns usually going to have a little more kick to it. It's kind of how it works. But the big difference with this Gx4 is that internal stainless steel chassis is adding so much rigidity to it. That coupled with they have a steel guide rod now, whereas before it was half polymer, half steel. The springs are very, very stout. So it's got that dual stage guide rod, all steel construction, and the stout springs coupled with that chassis. I think you guys should be, you would be surprised actually. Now, do you want to just run out and buy one? I don't know. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But if you have a range nearby that rents guns or you have friends, I wouldn't dismiss this and just immediately think, well, it's kind of a pocket gun. It's going to kick too hard. Not necessarily. It's actually way smoother than I would have ever imagined. So that's basically a little bit of talk about the GX4. Now, the Toro, obviously, is what you guys were asking for the day that it came out. So I was down there at that Iraq veteran event in Georgia. Taurus came there. That's where I was able to hook you guys up with all that cool swag that they gave me, the cases, the hats, the stickers, all that stuff, right? And geez, I shot hundreds of rounds through it in one day alone. Between all of us, they were shooting thousands of rounds through these little guys. And man, that's when I really got a chance to shoot it a lot and instantly kind of fell in love with it. Well, there was already people talking to me back then saying, but are they going to have a Toro version? Are they going to have an optics ready version? Because what I'm learning, and look, guys, I'm getting kind of old, I guess, right? At least compared to a lot of you guys, I'm kind of an iron sights guys. That's how I learned how to shoot, kind of set in my ways. And I don't know, until very recently, actually, I've always subscribed to the why do you need that crap on top of your pistol type of guy. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't call myself a FUD, right, Clover Tech? What's happening, Clover? How you doing, man? Clover's a good friend of the channel, guys. And I wouldn't call myself a FUD necessarily, Clover, but if you guys know Clover, you know I'm poking fun of him in good fun right now. But I'm like, man, dots, red dots, like green dots, like what the heck? I don't know. I think I'm starting to change my mind because with that Holosun 407K that I have on top of my GX4 Toro right now, man, I can pick that sight up like so instantly. It's like really cool. Now, part of that is to do with the fact that the way they put like a little trough in the back of that Holosun, I can actually co-witness with those stock sights just enough where if I pull it up like I'm looking down those sights, the red dot or green dot in this case happens to be right there. So I don't know, it's little things like that, but I think I'm slowly but surely starting to ease into the idea of actually having a dot, you know, a green dot in this case on the top of an EDC pistol. What do you guys think? Are you guys actually already doing that? Are you guys like adamantly opposed to it? Or are you kind of where I'm at right now, where you're thinking about it just a little bit, but you're not quite sure, you know? Because I'll tell you what, man, this GX4 makes a great little carry gun. I've had the regular GX4 for, oh shoot, probably about 7 months now. And the trigger to me is perfect for concealed carry. Now, some of you aren't going to like this. It doesn't have the double strike capability. It is a single action, but I like it. It's just very little take up, a nice wall, and it's just crisp. It probably pulls 5 to 6 pounds. I'll get my trigger gauge out, guys, during the follow-up review on this, but I'm going to put it closer to 6 pounds than 5, you know, that kind of thing. But that's awesome. I actually like the idea for my carry gun to have, I know I'm pulling it, a little bit of extra poundage. You could think of it different ways, but I do not want a hair trigger on my EDC. I just don't. Not this type of gun. Now, I get it. 1911 cocked and locked. That's a totally different manual of arms. But in this case, we're talking about a striker fired. It does have 3 forms of a safety, if you will. The first is that blade safety, which I really like. It's part of what makes this trigger great on it. They consider the loaded chamber indicator. It's just a hole in the chamber. They consider that to be a safety. And then it has the internal drop safety, the striker blocker, where if you don't pull on your trigger and have that little nub off of your trigger bar to press it, the striker cannot fall forward. So it's drop safe. You can look through the port to see if you have a round chambered, and it's got the blade safety. So you depress that blade safety, and I'll give you guys an example. Whereas I love the G2C, like I really do a lot. I still have 2 of them, not getting rid of them. Love them, right? They're awesome guns, especially for the money. One of the best things about them is it allowed so many people who are poor, working class people to get their first gun in the last couple of years. And hats off to Taurus for that. You know, these guns before the plague hit, we were getting them for like $179, $25 rebate. so many good people that just didn't have the money for a Glock or a Smith or one of these other ones that, are a lot more expensive. So I love the G2C, always will. One thing I don't like about the G2C, the way that blade safety works is even when you depress it, it still sticks out a little bit proud of that trigger shoe. Look here how wide the blade safety is on this GX4. If it's completely flush, it's about 3 times wider than on the G2C, and it just makes it more comfortable. So like I said, you pull that trigger, you take the little bit of slop out of it, you hit an abrupt wall, very predictable. You feel that wall, just pull, and it's going to break. Very crisp, snappy break. Rack the slide, it comes off the reset like instantly. I'm talking like between like a 16th and an 1/8 of an inch, which allows for very rapid shooting. And let's face it, this is a gun that you're concealed carrying it. You don't ever want to use it. But if you do need to, you might be out, it might be from the me to you scenario where you need to get off a couple shots real quick. And I found it all kind of stacks up together with that trigger, that crisp short reset, but it has enough pull weight where you're not going to accidentally breathe and you flinch. It's not going to go off, right? It's just a very duty style feeling trigger. Real positive, real crisp, real short reset. And I'm finding I can shoot this gun pretty darn fast at the range due to the trigger and the fact that with that stainless steel internal chassis, the gun's smooth and handles recoil about the same as guns literally twice its size, to be honest with you. A couple other things I like that they did. Look, we have a mess when it comes to optics on pistols. Some of you guys can chime in the chat here about it. It's kind of a disaster. I'll be honest with you guys. Let me stop sharing the screen for 1 second. We'll go back to this diagram. So a long time ago, I'm going to be answering you guys' questions in probably the second half of the stream tonight. Okay, guys? This is a Q&A. I'm just going to talk about some cool guns and products first, and then I'll get in here and literally, like the title says, Q&A about halfway through. So give me about another 45 minutes or so, and I'll be right there in the comments with you guys. But the mounting platform, we'll just call them red dot sights. They could be green, they could be holographic, whatever. So you go back a long time ago, a company named Trijicon started to kind of, in my opinion, take the lead with, let's just say, more full-size handguns. And they developed that RMR footprint. Guns like a Glock 17, a Glock 19 that were being used heavily to compete with in that era. And they developed their own footprint where you could mill the slide out to a certain size, right? Have a couple spots for screw holes drilled and tapped in a certain place. And that's what we call the footprint of the optic. Because these handgun slides, just like the Toro, okay, whether it's your G3C, your G3, or your GX4, these don't have Picatinny rails on top. So if you guys are new to this on handguns, it's not like an AR. You're not just going to take your 1913 or Weaver rail and just slap it on there wherever you want. No, it actually has to fit into a milled out portion that's going to be for a certain size and spec. So Trijicon, awesome company. They're like 7 or 8 miles from where I am right now. They put up the most beautiful nativity scene you've ever seen every Christmas. Just, I believe, great people that own and run that company, and they make awesome, okay, optics. So Trijicon makes the RMR footprint, but it's not that simple, right, guys? There's not just one footprint where you can just put any optic on your slide, right? Thanks for the super chat, Clover. I appreciate it, man. How's it going? He says, ooh. Oh, no, wait a minute. I'm going to read this whole thing. I almost hung up on you. I'll read the whole thing. Clover Tech says, I'm required to inform you that I am your YouTube certified live stream monitor for the night. So feel free to go crazy. Awesome, dude. Susan, I'm going to miss you tonight, girl. Usually it's Susan that's watching. I thought I was her favorite channel. I think Clover's her favorite channel now. Thanks, Clover. I appreciate it, man. Robbie Bryant with the super chat. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. He says, I still carry my old G2 every day and it still works great. When I upgrade, I think I know where my money will be spent. Hey, man, if you need to upgrade, go for it. No shame in carrying that old girl, though. Like I said, those are working man's guns and been getting it done for a long time. But I will tell you this, me personally, I'm digging the Toro, okay? I'm digging this new GX4 Toro. I already totally love the GX4. Now, I haven't had a chance to shoot this Toro yet. I need to prove it at the range. I don't carry any gun, guys, unless, look, if ammo prices weren't so crazy, I'd like to tell you guys you should put 500 rounds or more before you break it in. Look, you got to do what you got to do, but at least put a couple hundred through it, at least, plus the type of carry ammo. That's very, very important. Shoot the exact type of ammo you're going to carry with the exact mags you're going to carry. So don't do this. Now, this Toro comes with, this GX4 Toro comes with an 11 and a 13. Don't only practice on the range with that 13 round mag. Never touch the 11 and then instantly fill up the 11 for the first time, put it in your holster, and assume that that mag works. From my experience and most people's experience who have been around guns for a long time, the number one problem you're going to have actually with a semi-automatic firearm is usually the magazine. And I've thought the Taurus mags have been pretty good to go on all these new offerings, to be honest with you. Anything's possible. It could happen to a Glock, a Taurus, a Smith, any of them. You could get a bad magazine in the box. Just saying. You might have 5 guns that love HST 124 grain. 5 guns that love it. Your 6th gun might not like to feed it. It's just the way it works sometimes. You know, so you got to break in the new gun. I don't know why you made me think of that, Robbie, because I'm sure you already know all that. I was just thinking about it. Oh, I know what I was saying. Yeah, I'm going to carry my GX4 Toro if or when she proves herself at the range. I've never once taken a brand new gun, loaded up with ammo, put it in my holster. I don't feel comfortable with that. And I would suggest that none of you feel comfortable doing that. That's how I got off on that tangent there. But anyway, so here's the problem with dots, and it's a mess. It's more of a mess actually with the larger format, full-size handguns, if you will, right? So people will say, I'm going to put an RMR on my Glock 19. You guys have all heard that, right? Well, they might mean an RMR. They might, but they might just be using the generic phrase for, let me see what I've got over here. I'm going to grab a Kleenex. Everyone says that. I'm going to grab a Kleenex. Well, hold on a minute. I have a gun channel on YouTube. So, of course, I'm broke. They're actually great value facial tissues, but we would call them a Kleenex, right? And they're pretty soft, actually. Soothing lotion. Well, people say that a lot. And I'm sorry for all you longtime veterans. I just really want to help some new people tonight because I know there's new people that are trying to get a little bit of knowledge, and hopefully all of us together, me and then all you guys in the chat, can give a couple new people tonight the confidence they need to become well-armed and safe and get them on the right track, you know? So when they say RMR, that's actually literally means Trijicon originally, right? Well, then there's other companies that came along. And they have the RMR footprint, even though they're not made by Trijicon. But then there's other companies that would come out like Dr. Optics, Noblix, Vortex, and they actually have a totally different footprint altogether, meaning it's not just going to slap in your slide that was RMR cut specifically for that. You're not just going to throw it on there and screw it down because it's a different cut. So what Taurus did in the past with the, accounting for all of that, and I could bore you guys, but it's way more complicated than that even. There's like dozens of manufacturers that use, 10 different footprints technically. I mean, really about 3 or 4 covers most of them. So what they do to get around that is this. They cut out the slide, just kind of generic, to accept their plates. And many guns do this, okay? The Rugers are doing it. The Masada does it, if you're looking at the IWI. Well, the Taurus G3C and G3, they included a set of metal plates and said, well, if you have a Dr. Optic, use plate number 2. I'm making that up, but there's a key in your owner's manual, a little chart that tells you, okay, if you have an RMR, whether it's Trijicon name brand or another brand using RMR, use plate number 1, et cetera, right? Okay. Now that works, and it's okay. And I love the fact that Taurus uses metal plates on their G3C and G3 Toros as compared to other offerings. I'm just going to call a spade a spade. I'm sure they're great guns. The Masada uses plastic plates. It is what it is. I'm not saying that should be a deal breaker for you, but I don't like that. I don't like the idea of a plastic, chintzy, thin plastic optics plate that's spacing between my slide and my optic. Taurus used metal plates. That's great. But at the end of the day, you still have a plate. So your optic's milled out. It's relieving some weight there. Okay. If you just put the optic straight into the cut of the slide, like say you were cut for RMR and you had an RMR, you're going to kind of break even on weight usually. Your optic sits lower. It's more streamlined to the gun, easier to co-witness sights with. It's going to make the gun's overall footprint just a teeny bit smaller, but it's a little bit, right? And all these things. Well, with the adapter plates, you're always going to have that extra height no matter what. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? With the Gx4 Toro, they eliminated the plates and they got it right because thankfully for these little single stack size guns, even though this is a double stack, it's about the size of a traditional single stack. Luckily, Shield came out with their RMSC pattern. Pretty much got big into this before anyone else, and that's kind of become established as the mainstream. Now, Trijicon still went against the grain with their RMRCC, I think it's called, but I'll get into that in just 1 second. Let me grab the super chat before I miss it here. Marco Polo with the super chat. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. Nice shirt, by the way, in your avatar. Lamy representing tonight, right? I don't know, Lamy. Do you like the Gx4 Toro? He does. Are you guys surprised? He says, Gx4 Toro, my next buy. Good evening, sir. Thank you. Not a problem, man. I just want to try to explain a little bit because I've had a few questions. And I know I might be boring some of you guys because you probably know more than I do. But, man, you know, I've been watching a lot of my friend Clover's videos lately, right? And his YouTube Academy, GunTube Academy, his GunTube Academy channels, just about helping out, you know, newer gun channels and experienced gun channels, in his case, both. I'm like, man, I can't keep taking all this stuff for granted because I get questions from people, just like a lot of YouTubers have no idea what they're doing, have no idea what the policies are, and it causes them just a bunch of extra stress. Clover's helping people with that. So if you guys have a gun channel, definitely check that channel out. Are you in there, Linda? Can you help me by leaving a link to the GunTuber Academy channel? Anyone with a gun channel, you should be subscribed there because he's helping you guys, create more and worry less. Well, I get questions that makes me realize some people are kind of lost when it gets into like, what's an optic? What do I want? What's the pros? What's the cons? Well, I started off by kind of just telling you guys that, yeah, optics are kind of a mess on pistols. I hate to say it. There should be one standard, but the problem is one company owns the rights to one footprint. The other one owns the rights to the other, and neither wants to give to the other. So we end up with all these plates and all this. Well, in this case, let me pull this picture up real quick here again. In this case, we're going to notice, I wish I could just hold the gun up, guys. I can't do it. I'm not gonna. I know there's some people do. They get by with it. I would never get by with that. I'm not even going to try. It's not even worth it. Not even going to think about it, okay? All right. So this has what we're going to call a Shield RMSC cut right into the slide. So we're going to see the cover plate. That's included. You can just leave that on there as long as you want. So here's the cool thing about it. If you're like, I'm going to get an optic, but let's face it, for a decent optic that I would trust to concealed carry with, depending unless you get a great sale, you're talking starting at a couple $100, maybe more realistically $250. I know it sounds nuts, but somebody earlier said, hold on a minute. I can't possibly justify spending as much on my optic as what my whole G3C cost. And I knew where they were coming from. I wasn't making fun of them at all because I get it. But I countered back and I said, but hold on a minute. Hold on. People often spend more for the scope optic on their hunting rifle than they do the rifle itself. Right? You guys are familiar with that. And then it comes down to, for me personally, how much is my life worth, right? Now, if I don't have money to buy an optic I can trust, I'll just run with the iron sights. And that's what's cool about this. You could, for any amount of time, or actually forever if you wanted to, just ignore it has an optics cut. Just leave that cover plate on there. It's just going to sit right there, fill in that gap. Okay, hopefully you guys can see in the picture. And just save up to get the red dot or green dot sight that you want. Something that you know, based on reviewers that you trust on YouTube or friends of yours or your local gun shop, whoever it is that you trust, you know, once you decide on a model and you're like, well, it's $250 for the Hollow Sun 407K green. I'm just making it up because that's what I have on my Toro. You're like, well, I only have $50 a month. So there you go. It's going to take you 5 months. Just put that cover plate on there. Run the gun with iron sights. This is my personal recommendation. I'm just trying to help. I don't sell optics. I'm not in the optics business. I could care less. I would save up 5 months to buy an optic that has a very good reputation that you could reasonably trust than to just run out there on Amazon and buy the Chinese whatever for $50. And you guys know I'm not a gun snob. I'm not an elitist at all. Not whatsoever. Like, I love Taurus guns, right? These are budget guns, but when it comes to my concealed carry, I'm being very specific, guys. My concealed carry, my EDC, I'm not putting anything less than good / upper tier. Now that's where it starts. You can spend $200, $250. That's about where they start for an optic that I would personally use for my concealed carry. I'm not talking range toy. Range toy, I could care less. Sometimes I think it's fun to buy a $20, $30 dot, throw it on a range toy and just give it heck and see if it could possibly last. That's totally different. I'm talking on my EDC, concealed carry, nightstand gun, things like that. I don't know. I would just run iron sights, to be honest with you. If all I could ever or was willing to afford is like a $29.99 red dot. But you can go up from there. $200, $250, you can start getting into, in my opinion, good enough. You can spend $300, $400, $500, $600 on a red dot. There's probably a red dot somewhere that you could spend thousands on just for your pistol, I imagine. It's like anything in life. The sky's the limit, but we don't need to go there. I think there's a lot of good offerings out there. You've got companies like Vortex that has a pretty good reputation. Hollow Sun's got a pretty good reputation. Trijicon is awesome, but that puts you in more of like the let's see, the RMR CCs. Those seem to be closer to about the $500-ish range right now, maybe $450. I don't know. You can never go wrong with a Trijicon. But here's the thing. Trijicon had to screw stuff up. See, here's the thing. Everybody else messed with Trijicon. In my opinion, on the full-size guns, like let's just say the G3C, G3 Toro, full-size slides like that. Those, I don't mean full length, I mean the footprint, the width. Even though they're a little narrower than a Glock, just humor me, guys. They're all ish. There's no perfect world with red dots, okay? I think everything should be RMR. That would be awesome. You just buy an RMR cut. I'm not saying Trijicon has to make everything out there. Just if they were all RMR cut, good to go. And then for this style, the Shield RMSC has pretty much taken over. But in this case, Trijicon had to go against the grain. So of all of the little micro dots that are available that I know of right now, they're all pretty much using the Shield RMSC pattern. And they're going to slap right onto that slide. No adapter plates. And that is awesome. That's why, as I was talking about in my video, I can actually get some co-witness off of those stock Glock sights. Those are not suppressor height or whatever. They're just literally stock. And the GX4 takes Glock sights, by the way, which is awesome. I can co-witness because it's recessed down in there. There's no clunky adapter plate in between. And that's awesome. Now, if you do want the Trijicon, unfortunately, that's going to come with, you have to go to Taurus's website. They might have it available now. If not, they will soon. And there's a little adapter plate. I think it's like $5 or $7 that you'll have to put down first into your slide and then attach your Trijicon to that because, again, Trijicon decided to go against the grain of what the industry standard is for these micro red dots. But the mini red dots, or whatever you want to call them, those, everybody else went against the grain with Trijicon. So I don't know who to blame. Let's just blame all of them. Is there anybody else chiming in the comments agreeing with me? It's just ridiculous. But I think it's pretty cool. It's ridiculous in general. But I think it's pretty cool with this Gx4 Toro that basically besides a Trijicon, literally, pretty much anything that's in this footprint, you're going to be able to just slap right on there. No adapter plate. So at the end of the day, that's really, really good news. and I was feeling the weight. I'm going to get it out on a scale for a follow-up video, but I was feeling the weight of that Holosun 407K just off the gun. And then I was feeling the weight of the little adapter plate, right? Because that's how much steel is removed from it. And they felt identical in my hands, you know? So you're not going to be any heavier with a small little micro red dot sight on there. You're not going to be any heavier than a regular non-Toro GX4. It's kind of cool. You're getting the weight of the sight for free pretty much. That's how lightweight these modern little sights are. Now, if you were to put a Sig Romeo Zero on there, you probably actually have less weight. Not even joking. I know you would. I don't even need to think about it because I have a Romeo Zero. Downside of the Romeo Zero, it's got a plastic body on the sight. But the plus to it is it's super, super teeny, and it weighs like nothing. It almost feels like you pick it up and you almost throw it through the ceiling. It feels like a packing peanut or something. It's crazy light. You put that Romeo Zero on your Toro, guarantee you'll weigh less with an optic installed than your regular GX4 non-Toro. So that's pretty cool. What's happening, America the Free? Thanks for the super chat, man, and for being a channel member. He says, missed you, bro. Well, I missed you too. Have you been all right, dude? I hope you're doing good. I saw you over on Locals recently. Nice to see you, dude. Thanks. Thanks for always supporting the channel. I appreciate you, man. Colin's son, what's happening, dude? He says, Holosun is good enough for me. Yeah, I mean, I put Holosun in the good enough. I'm not a fanboy. I actually haven't been into these red dot sights long enough to become a fanboy. So there you go. But yeah, check that out. That's a nice mounting platform, guys. We're mounting directly down to the slide, which I really, really like a lot. I think that's cool. Yeah, what do you guys think? Let me go here and on my stream over on Locals tomorrow night, I'll be sitting there, you know. I can pick it up and show it to you, and I will do that. Let me check the Alpha 9 never sees any Taurus guns. You guys have a registry, right? Not a registry, an approved roster. That's the word I was looking for. You guys have a California roster. I can't even keep track of it, dude. That roster is so messed up, and God bless all of you guys fighting the good fight behind enemy lines in California. I don't know how you guys do it. How do you even keep track? There's a roster where I think it's something like this at this point, where in order to add a new gun to the roster, 2 have to come off. Think about that. So every time a new gun comes out, if it could even make its way on the roster, which I don't think it can because none of the manufacturers are willing to do micro stamping, but it's kind of some like game they're playing with this roster where they're daring you to put more guns on it, because if you put one on and you have to take 2 off, before you know it, you'll get down to no guns. Is that the goal? I don't know. So I maybe someone from California can chime in, but I'm almost 99% sure if you're not seeing any of these new Taurus guns, it's because of your roster. Because other banned states, I don't know, state laws may vary. Not a lawyer. You guys need to look into this, but I believe this Toro model and the regular GX4 should be available in some of the banned states because they do make a 10-round mag version. Now, the regular GX4 comes with 2 11-round mags, but the Toro comes with an 11 and a 13. Now, I'm not saying it was like just because of me or whatever, but I really, really emphasize that to Taurus, because the minute I put out that video, I'm like, it comes with 2 11-round mags, and there is an optional 13-round mag that's available. And that was right at the launch of the GX4. And the comment section blew up. First of all, everyone's like, dude, this gun's totally awesome. We all want it. But then the second most popular remark besides that, people are like, come on, man. Like, if you make an 11 and you make a 13, why don't you give us one of each, right? And it just makes sense. I told Taurus that. I know a lot of you guys told them that. And boom, the Toro comes out. Now it comes with an 11 and a 13. There's always going to be somebody that doesn't like anything all the time. I get that, right? You're never going to please everybody all the time, and you're never going to please anybody all of the time either, right? So any one person is never going to be happy all the time, and I'm sure probably all of you guys in this chat are happy right now, but there might be one person that's not. So, but I think for the most part, and this is just me No, I was joking. I'm sure every single person in this chat is having an awesome time right now. But from the comments I've been reading for about 7 months now, I think you guys are pretty happy that they're offering that 11 and that 13 in there. And when I say tell Taurus, I like actually, I'll send them emails when there's a bunch of one question. I was just on the phone with one of my guys there that I'm actually become pretty good friends with yesterday for 1 hour, literally talking to him. I don't do that too often, but about once every 3 or 4 months, I do my quarterly roundup and fill them in on stuff you guys are telling me. They fill me in on some things, and I actually worked out something pretty cool with them yesterday on the phone. But yeah, and then I've actually seen the guys in real life a couple times too, where I literally said, "Hey, I know you're going to come out with a Toro version." They're like, "We can't confirm or deny that," right? Because at that time, but we knew they were going to do it. We were hoping they were going to do it. I'm like, well, do it first of all, because people want an optics ready option for the GX4. And by the way, can you do 11 and 13 round mags? Because like everybody wants that. Okay. Yep. And they actually listen. They literally do. I'll tell you guys something else about Taurus that I really like, and they're not paying me to say this. I would bet you $1 million nobody on Taurus is even watching right now. Nobody from Taurus is on this stream. I bet you $1 million. They know who I am, obviously. We're friends, but like, dude, Taurus knows. Like, literally, I'm not just talking like a sales rep, like actual people from Taurus, right, that used to work in Miami and now work in Bainbridge, Georgia, know that my viewers are like amongst the biggest Taurus fans there are. That's why when I was at the Iraq Veteran Range Day in the spring, right, it was the makeup from last fall. We did it in the spring. Everyone that goes there, you walk by their booth, you can get like, you know, a keychain or a hat or like a gun case. They fill up a garbage bag full of those gun cases, right? And the OD green, I'm going to grab this real quick. Susan or Clover, whoever's in charge, this is just an empty case. I promise you. It literally is empty, guys. This is literally what I took the Toro out of. Here, let me show you, Susan. Empty case. Okay. Literally, all you could get was black cases up until like right now. They're shipping these Toros. Well, I don't even know if you can get the Toros yet. I did get one, obviously, with my review coming out at midnight before the general public. But that's for all of you, right? So I had a garbage bag full of these, and there was like literally over a dozen of you guys that have had these for like 7 months, and they're just now entering the wild, right? Same with the GX4 hats that some of you guys are wearing. Why? Dude, there were people there with like 1 million subs. It's not that I'm like an influential guy. No, they're like, dude, 2AEDU viewers love Taurus. They know that. So they literally gave me like garbage bags of stuff, gave every last bit away. I kept one hat for myself. In full disclosure, I kept the hat for myself because I'm just as big of a Taurus fanboy as all of you guys. So when you guys are telling me stuff, I literally tell them that. And then they know who you guys are. Trust me. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Now, obviously, there's over 100 people watching right now. I'm not trying to rub it in. I know I couldn't give something to everybody, but hopefully there's a couple people that can vouch for it. That's what I love. That's what I love. I go to these types of places. I'm like, give me everything you possibly can because I have the best viewers in the whole world, and I'm going to hook them up as much as possible. And I literally have bags of stuff to give you guys again very soon. We're going to do it. Just now getting both feet on the ground, you know. It's been such a messed up year for me and for a lot of you guys too. Right? The whole world's been upside down. What's happening, Curtis Reynolds? Dude, thank you so much, man. You're so generous, and thank you, sir. Thank you so much, man. Curtis Reynolds, wow. Channel member, $200 super chat. He says, I can finally donate. I hope you use this for some good pew stuff. Merry Christmas. Dude, I totally will. And I'm going to show you some stuff I bought for the channel, all of you guys, in just a few minutes. That all of you guys is super chats. Just watching the videos. If Susan's gracious enough to monetize them, you know. Sometimes she doesn't. Usually she does. But we'll see. Wait. Usually she doesn't. Sometimes she does. Guys, I don't monetize these streams. There's no ads playing on the stream right now. And that's just because it makes it better for you guys not having to watch the ads. And it's just, I don't feel like messing around with every single stream as far as trying to get it to where there's an ad playing every 15, 20 seconds. So yeah, mainly you guys and a little bit of ad revenue makes it where it's still my most expensive hobby, but it's not the most expensivest. And you guys will see. I'm going to show you guys a bunch of cool stuff that I bought for the channel that hopefully all of you guys enjoy right now. But yeah, Merry Christmas, Curtis, for real, dude. And I love it too, because there's a new gun that comes out or different ammo, and people come in and they're like, man, I really want to buy this gun, but I want to see your review. And it make me feel bad if I wasn't able to do as many reviews as possible. So that's how I have fun on here. Just enjoying all of you guys' company, hanging out. That's the most important part. And then when people come in and say, well, your video really helped me understand my gun more, or just people saying, dude, it was a fun review, or whatever it is, you know, just trying to be positive and bring as much cool stuff for you guys to look at, and maybe educate you a little bit, depending what it is, right? So yeah, the people from Taurus know who you guys are, and I'm not going to do it here. It just comes down to policy reasons, but just letting you guys know, I know a lot of you guys are on my locals community over there. Look, when I talk about locals, it's not me spiting YouTube. If I didn't want to be on YouTube, I would close my account down. I want to still be here. I still love hanging out with you guys. But YouTube has certain policies in place, and they are what they are. And if I want to be on their platform and I do not follow them, it could go from bad to worse, or they could just kick me off of here. It doesn't matter if I like it or not, but it's just the way it is. So locals has a different set of policies, and there's stuff I can do on there that I just can't do here. That's all it is. It's not a zero-sum game. It's not locals instead of YouTube or YouTube instead of locals. No, I do both. And I love my streams on here. I can't touch guns live here. I just can't. But I can on locals. Another thing, you can do giveaways on here. I've read the fine print. It's so confusing to me. Maybe someone knows how to do it, but I don't want to hire a lawyer. So I don't do like official giveaways on here, let alone a gun. But I want to remind all you guys that are on local, stay tuned. I haven't set the official date for it yet, but I want to do it soon, like hopefully before Christmas. I was on the phone with Taurus yesterday, getting some more info about some new product that's coming out that you guys are going to really like, okay? Talking about what event they're going to be at next, because I want to go to a couple events out of state next year. I'll try to pick up as much swag as possible and give it away to as many people as I can. But we got to talking a little further, and Taurus and I, with Taurus's help, are going to be giving away a G3C 9mm with like 3 extra mags. And I'm going to give it away on locals. So I figured I'd let all of you guys know that this is not a pay-to-play thing. Literally, you can join on locals for free, or you can support. It's the same way here. You can watch my YouTube videos for free, which most of you guys do. You guys support in so many other ways. Your friendship, maybe you watch a few ads now and again, whatever, right? But it's just like you could be a channel member here on YouTube, and I appreciate all my channel members. You could support me on Patreon, right? Okay. Or you could leave a super chat, or you can just be here. All of those are different ways to support. Locals, you can join for free, or if you want, you can support. And when we give away that G3C on there, I'm going to find a way, like an email address where you guys can email, and it'll be random. We're not raffling anything off, anything like that. And for anyone listening that works at YouTube, we're not going to do this on YouTube just because maybe I'm dumb. I don't know. I'm intimidated by all the fine print. We're going to give away a G3C over there soon, within the next month-ish. And whoever enters it, it's going to be able to be free members and supporters both. So I'm not trying to get anyone to go over there for any kind of pay to play. I don't know why I have to keep bringing it up, but some people say that's what locals is. It's a way you can support your content creator. But I'll tell you guys something. I post most of my premium posts that are for supporters are actually like ones of my daughter, just, you know, to give her a little more privacy. To be honest with you, 99% of all gun content over there is totally free. Just wanted to let you guys know that. And yeah, that's how cool Taurus is. They're going to help me out with giving away a G3C 9mm. It comes with 3 mags, they're going to throw in 3 extra mags to make it where you'll end up with the gun and 6 mags, which is like totally awesome. And one of you guys will win it, literally. I'll be announcing more over there in the next coming week or two. Zach the Ripper with the super chat. Thanks a lot, dude. He said, hey, 2AEDU. Awesome stream tonight as always. I also want to say thank you for the awesome Lamy keychain. Everyone be sure to follow 2AEDU on locals. Well, thanks, man. And some of my giveaways, I'll be honest with you guys, some of my giveaways are for my supporters because they're the ones that fund me going to these events. But I give away a lot of other stuff to just all of you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's talking about the TH9C. What's happening? Chaos? Chaos? I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm terrible with names. But says late to the game, but liking the Taurus TH9C. I have a TH9C. And for anybody that's a Taurus fan, I'm going to do a Taurus roundup at the end of the year and do a video showing you all of my Tauruses. I did a collection video last year around Christmas time. And I don't know. Maybe I have a sickness. Maybe I'm just a fanboy, but there's quite a few more now than there was even last Christmas. And before you guys go pointing fingers, hold on a minute, because a bunch of you guys were like confessing in the comments of the recent Gx4 Toro video that you were like, yeah, I already have like, there were literally people telling me this, like I already have 6 Tauruses and a GX4, but like I'm going to buy the Toro anyways. I get it, guys. So I'm going to do a Taurus roundup collection video. Some of you guys might think I'm nuts. You might think I'm a fanboy, but it's okay because I know a bunch of you guys are the same way, right? What's happening, Band Talk? How you doing, man? Shout out to the Band Talk channel. Great channel. It's really starting to grow, which is good. I really like it, man. Cool people over there in the chat. He's going to be streaming tonight at, I guess it'd be like 1 a.m. Eastern time, whatever that translates into mountain time. I know he lives a little bit west of me in Michigan, but really nice guy. Very, very intelligent person. Here he is, the Band Talk channel. Great human being, very, very intelligent, and I really like him a lot. I consider him a good friend, and I either watch his streams while they're live or I watch them on the playback. I'm just taking a quick look at the chat here. Talking about blue Loctite. Yeah, you always want to Loctite those rails. Vibratite, blue Loctite, anything like that you're clamping on, whatever. So that optic, if you put it on your Toro, whatever it is, G3C, I don't care. It doesn't have to be a Toro. It could be on your IWI Masada. Put a drop on those screws. Anytime you're screwing in a front sight, Loctite, Loctite, Loctite. Never red, though. Don't even think about it. You use red high-strength Loctite on an itty-bitty fine thread screw, you're going to shear the head of it off or strip the fastener. Don't even think about it. Now, Vibratite is red color, but as long as you get the VC3, you're good to go. And I'm actually going to show you guys that in 1 second because I have some cool stuff from Forge Tech. Speaking of great channels and friends that are here, I saw Flying Rich. Where's Flying Rich at? Got to hang out with Flying Rich down in Georgia this spring, and he's usually asleep by the time my stream starts. So are you still awake, Rich, or did you bail in the last few minutes? My good friend Flying Rich, shout out to his channel. He has a good YouTube channel. He's also a frequent person on many of my friends' channels. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, I think Flying Rich is probably the most prominent and popular gun stream co-host. He literally co-hosts and streams on about 10 different gun channels per week. Right, Rich? What's happening, dude? Nice to see you, man. Chris Plummer with the super sticker. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it, man. And Mike McClune. Let me come over here to my other super duper top secret Susan Wiki side of things. StreamYard doesn't let me see what the sticker is. It just tells me there is one. So I'm going to come over to Susan's chat. How's it going, Susan? I haven't seen Clover the last few minutes. Do you think he took Susan from me? I mean, that's okay because I turned her down anyways, but I don't know. Chris Plummer giving me the fist bump. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. And Mike McClune with a super sticker. Thanks, Mike. And he has the tactical hippo, of course, riding on a, is that like a little Segway, or is he just running so fast that his feet look like he's on a big wheel? I'm not sure, but besides Lamy, who's obviously our favorite animal around here, I mean, duh, obviously, right? Henrietta the hippo is becoming probably a distant second behind Lamy. No offense to the hippo, Mike, but anything behind Lamy is definitely a very, very distant second. I agree, MKJO. He's just a really good person, man. He really is. And like I said, dude, it's not, look, this is actually worth money if I melted it down, but I wouldn't, because this actually means a lot to me. My friend Bantok sent this to me. I actually think it's good luck. I'm not a real superstitious person, but I actually do. I've actually gotten on the better side of Susan with a lot of things. Now, not only have I been meticulously complying with all of her rules, and I literally have been, but I don't know, man. It seems like when you sent me this is a Mexican Libertad. It is precious metal. It is 999 silver, but yeah, it means a lot because it came from you. And call me crazy, but I'm keeping it next to my workstation here because it just feels like it's been good luck lately. JJ Rainey, what's happening, man? How you doing? Dude, I've only been going 50 minutes. I'm going to show you guys a couple more things here, and then I'm going to get into some answering some questions. So do you guys want to see some stuff real quick? And then, like I said, I do want to definitely you do some Q&A. He says, oh, crap, I sent you the lucky one. What's happening, Chuck R? How you doing, man? Thanks for always supporting the channel, dude. Same thing with you. James Kawasaki, awesome guy, man. He made a deal with himself to reach a certain number of pews. I'm done reading. You can't make that deal, man. How many guns do you need? They said. Well, one more than I currently have. But that stands. So you get the one more, and then you repeat yourself. How many do I need? One more than I currently have. Now, if you want to buy 5 at once, there's a loophole. Buy one, pause. Buy one, but you can buy 5 virtually all at once. Just don't do it within 1 second. Like, here's the deal. If you're at the gun shop, and this is me, I'm helping you guys rationalize this. Think about it. Even if they put them all on one total, so if you bought 5 guns at your local gun shop, let's say it's Supermatch G&A in Newport, Michigan, which is an awesome gun shop, by the way. Okay. And he goes, enter. Enter. Now, when he gives you your total, it might appear you're buying 5 guns at once, but you're not, because he had to key each one in individually. And if there was even like a moment in space time between the keystrokes, you paused. So how many guns do I need? More than I have one right now. That one. More than I have right now. That one. You guys follow me, right? There is loopholes to this. Trust me. And here's the thing. If you say it as convincingly as I just did, your wife will be totally fine with it. I promise you that. She'll be totally cool. I don't want to say she'll fall for it, because if she thinks you're tricking her, not so good, guys. But if your wife's cool as heck, you just tell her, you say, I just need one more than I have right now. Very sincerely. Look into her eyes. They like that. You'll be good to go. I mean, it's working for me. She hasn't told me to stop yet, right? So, yeah. Just tell your wife that. I'm serious. Let me know if that works for you guys. Honey, I just need one more gun than what I have right now. You're not lying. So then the next week after you buy that one, you're like, darling, but I just need one more. And trust me, it works. I've done it. I'm happily married. Just look into her eyes when you say it. You'll get that next one. You'll figure it out. Now, I don't know how to help you, James, with that one. I have no idea. What's happening, Ghost Tactical? How you doing, man? Another good YouTube channel. I've enjoyed a lot of yours and Clover's podcast over the years. Years, actually, now it's been. I was just saying hi to Clover earlier, and yeah, there's some good, I kind of call them podcasters, because here's how I do it, guys. I look forward to people who put out like a 20, 30, 40-minute standalone video, or an hour, even 2-hour live stream, because here's why. I'm out on the lawnmower cutting. I don't want to have to sit there and whip my phone out and change the channel per se, right? So when somebody puts on something, I listen to many, many more YouTube videos than I actually watch. Now, there's some you just have to watch or it wouldn't make sense, but Even if guys are doing a gun video, I usually kind of know enough about the gun where I can visualize it, and I like to sit and listen. So that's why when I call people like Ghost Tactical and Clover and Band Talk, in my mind, I almost look at them as like podcasters more than YouTubers, because now they do shorter videos too, don't get me wrong, but I kind of gravitate towards those longer ones where I can just sit and listen. Helps me pass the time, keep my mind busy while I'm at work. So I don't know if any of you guys do that with my videos too, but that's definitely what I like about some of the channels out there. And sometimes I'm just in a hurry and I watch somebody's YouTube short that might only be 30 seconds and they just might do something really cool. That stuff's all right, but I'll probably listen to a 2-hour video 10 to 1 over I would a 20-second short. It's just me. I know I'm a little bit weird, but I definitely want to show you guys some stuff. Some cool stuff. Now, if you guys remember, I was talking about this last week. I've done some posts about it, right? Our friend Rich, they call him the Hoff, BWE Firearms. He's also BWE, I believe, Firearms here on YouTube, right? What's happening, Shooting Gallery in New England? Nice to see you, man. Dude, I'm talking about great YouTube channels. I have like every single good gun YouTube channel in my chat right now. This is like crazy. But the Hoff, he's working, guys. He's not totally down and out. He's fighting the good fight. But at the same time, he's had a pretty rough go. He's had cancer, been battling about with it. So I told you guys I went out and bought quite a few of his patches so that I could give them away to you guys just to help him out a little bit and kind of give his channel a shout out and his business a shout out, because I don't know. I don't know how it is. Thankfully, I've not had to deal with it, but trying to put myself in his shoes, you know, he's working, but he's fighting the chemo, the side effects, maybe not working so much. So you know what I'm saying. So check this out, guys. And this just shows you what good people I have hanging out with me. So I went over to Black Swan Tactical, and I told you guys I was going to do this. I had previously bought 4 of these patches. I gave a few away. I'm going to keep one for myself, okay? I'm going to keep one, to be honest with you guys, because I really like him. I think he's an awesome dude. I love the Uzi. But I bought like 10 more to give away, and my wife already has a couple of them shipped out. But I've got all these that I bought from Black Swan. These are all BWE patches. These are limited edition. Toxic Patch Co. makes these. Crump sells them on Black Swan Tactical. Once they sell out, you're not going to be able to buy them anymore. I think I have probably, I'm holding right now about 20% of the total supply, but I'm not going to be holding them for long. I just want to keep one. Now, check this out, man. I don't know if you're in the chat right now, but Ronnie Thompson, you know, a good friend here. You guys have known him as a longtime regular. He went and bought 5 of them. Being a fellow cancer survivor himself, he went and bought 5 of these BWE patches down in South Carolina, mailed these to me. I just got them in my P.O. box today, and he sent these to me to give to all of you guys. So I'm going to give away a couple of these patches tonight, but I just wanted to let you guys know, shout out to BWE Firearms, Richard Hoffman, the Hoff, we call him. I thought that was really, really cool that what you did, Ronnie. He bought 5, not for himself, not for him to give away on his channel or whatever. He wanted me to give them away to you guys. So I'm going to give away a few of these tonight. And I think to make it more fun, we'll just keep giving these away for, I don't know, till Christmas time or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The Russian ammo ban is in effect, but people still have approved Form 6s. I think sometime in about January, it's going to be over, okay? Unfortunately. Let me show you guys some more cool stuff. Are you in the chat, Linda? Linda helps me with this. Let me know if you're in the chat. I've not seen you on my back end here, so I can give away a couple of these patches. I don't mind giving away a patch on a YouTube stream, guys. We're going to do the gun over on locals just because, again, I've been really on the up and up with YouTube lately, and I've been really trying to understand the rules. Because if we're going to be on here, like, I don't want to be kicked off because I like hanging out with you guys. I don't understand YouTube's giveaway rules. I don't want to. So I'm going to give away that Taurus G3C on locals. That's not pay to play. The free members will have just as much of a chance to enter as the supporters, okay? And I want that for a reason, because a lot of you guys are supporters. You might not be a supporter on Locals, but you might have left me like an awesome super chat tonight. You might have been a Patreon supporter. Trust me, you guys are all supporters. Hanging out with me, you guys offer me a lot of moral support, right? Are you in here, Linda? I'm hoping she's in here, unless she fell asleep. Yeah, I hear you, Caleb. It's a family-friendly channel. I'm not going to say that word out loud, but yeah. Cancer, go fornicate yourself, right? Terrible disease, terrible disease. Lost my mother-in-law to cancer. All of us have lost somebody. The Huff's still with us, dude. He's in business. He's still repairing and making guns. Real small shop. Makes custom one-off machine guns, repairs, but you can just see it in him sometimes, you know. So I just really wanted to kind of give him a big shout out because I like seeing somebody fight the good fight. All right. Well, my normal stream helper has bailed on me for tonight. I'm going to show you guys some more cool stuff, and then I'll give these patches away. So, if you guys remember, we were talking about it last week. I have a post on Locals again about it. You can't leave links to stuff like that here on YouTube, but True Shot, that ammo deal they have, I guess you call it a subscription, a membership. It's $99 a year. If you use code 2AEDU20, 2AEDU20, you save $20. So it's $79 for the year. And what that does, it gives you access to certain perks. Like they're going to be putting up some early deals, some special discounts. But the main thing is you get free shipping on any ammo order. So I told you guys, I made a couple orders already. Here's the first order. And this is awesome. Because like if you get like 2 boxes or 4 boxes of ammo shipped, it's usually like $20 at most places. So this is for the channel. And this is what I loved about it. Since I have that membership, and I bought the membership with my own money, I promise. If you guys leave my link on, use my link on Locals, if you do any shopping there, it does help the channel. But they're not paying me cash money. They're not giving me a free membership. I bought the membership with my own money. And this is where we're all going to benefit from me doing that, because I was able to buy 4 boxes of ammo. If I would have had to spend like $20, $22 on shipping for 4 boxes of ammo, that would have hurt. That would have been $5 a box in shipping. I probably wouldn't have done it. So check it out, guys. I got the ones that I told you I bought. I made a post on Locals and talked about it here. So this is the PMC Bronze 115 grain jacketed hollow point. So these are basically cheap hollow points, right? And people ask me about this stuff quite a bit. Now, I'm going to take a guess here. I'm going to take a guess that these aren't going to perform like I'm not even going to say that one company because I'm mad at them right now. Let's say these aren't going to perform like a Federal HST. Probably not. But will it perform better than an FMJ as far as expansion? Actually, yeah, from some YouTube videos I bought. So I'm not going to tell you guys what you should or shouldn't carry, but people ask me about these. So I'm going to take these out and let you guys know if it feeds through the, well, Gx4 Toro would be a good start, and other guns. So I bought 2 boxes of these. 9mm, 115 grain, standard pressure, jacketed hollow point. These were like $23 a box, I want to say, which I thought was very fair for hollow points. And then some of you guys on Locals know what I'm talking about because I posted on there when I bought it. I have a 38 special revolver that I'm going to have on the channel soon. The little Armscar M206. So I bought 2 boxes of this. It just happens to be Armscar ammo. That's what they had the best deal on. This was like $25 a box. 158 grain. 38 special. Full metal jacket. So, yeah. Yeah, EV3 Dale, that's 100% true. When I tell you guys something, I mean it. And I actually put receipts quite frequently just to show you guys what I'm doing over on Locals. Yeah. I bought the membership at True Shot with my own money. Okay. Used my own coupon code to get $20 off. And I bought this with my own money, with the generous help from all of you guys. And it's going to be used and shown on the channel. So I don't know if you were disagreeing with me or not, but either way, I say these things because they're true, like literally. And I said, if you want to help the channel for free, There's different links that I have over on locals that if you click on those, make a purchase, it does help the channel. So there you guys go. But yeah, they don't give me ammo. I literally bought this for the same exact price you guys could buy it for. And you guys can use my coupon code and get the same deal on the membership. John Krupp News, what's happening, man? How you doing? We lost the bump stock case on a Friday night. Are you serious, dude? Well, if we lost and it's over, John's not giving us a lot here, but I'm sure he probably already has a video in the brewing up on that. If we lost the bump stock case, that means we're going to get bulldozed soon, guys. Trying to keep the stream a little more upbeat and happy-go-lucky, and I will. When I get more info, we'll talk more about this Friday night. But I'll just say this real quick. When it comes to this reclassification of frames and receivers, when it comes to the arm braces, these are both rules that, in my opinion, they've already decided. The ATF has. They just haven't told us yet. They're relying on that Chevron deference. And the GOA sued over bump stocks over Chevron deference, saying that if it has a penalty, a criminal penalty attached, Chevron can't apply. Well, just reading the plain language of what he's reporting here. I'm not going to say too much because I don't have a full report right now. I don't know if John does either. But if we just lost outright and that's it, get ready. Get ready. Buckle up, boys and girls, because the ATF's already running rampant. And in my opinion, this case in the U.S. Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals in Western Michigan, the bump stock case, it was about the only thing that could have possibly slowed them down. Full steam ahead, probably at speed of light, if that's even possible. I know the speed of light's theoretical, but that's probably the speed they're going to be traveling at, just trying to ban everything possible with the stroke of a pen. In my opinion, because I've seen the ATF do more stroke of a pen stuff in the last couple of years than I could remember for the previous decade. Lost in the Sixth Circuit. That's one of the circuits that's the most conservative in the whole country and the most opposed to Chevron deference in the whole country. I just have to get more info, guys, okay? I'll report back at that soon. Wow. Who am I mad at? If you're talking to me, Fluffy 10mm Jeep guy, I don't want to be negative tonight, guys. It's a happy-go-lucky stream, but if it's just that simple that we lost in the Sixth Circuit on the bump stock case, you guys either know what I'm feeling right now or you will know soon. Not good. Ryan Hall with the super chat. Thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it. He says, hello from West Virginia. Nice area out there. I like West Virginia. Says, had a bullcrap biker session, a bicker session, I'm sorry, the other day about how many guns I own. She said you can only shoot one at a time. We've all heard of that, haven't we, before? You can only shoot one at a time. And he said, I said I could only wear one pair of shoes at once and have obviously not seen John Wick. Now, those are both good comebacks. Obviously, with John Wick, you can shoot several guns at once, and ask her how many shoes she can wear at once. That's a good one. I was actually talking to a friend on the phone earlier tonight about that, where we're like, yeah, ask them how many shoes they can wear at once, right? The Real Sean TV with the super sticker. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, dude. Oh, look at that cute little one. That's cute, man. I like that picture. That's awesome. Okay. 8-8 ties to the district decision stands. Here's why I'm so bummed out, guys. This wasn't going to be a political stream at all. We're going to turn it right around and show some products, but look, it's not about the bump stocks. The case itself isn't even actually over bump stocks. Technically, this is over what's called Chevron deference. And this is where the ATF believes that it can have way more powers in, we'll just call it law writing in air quotes. I know it's technically not law, it's regulations, but you can still get locked up if you violate their regulations. You guys know what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be hyperbolic, but This is just more of if they can keep getting by with this Chevron deference, because that's what the bump stock case was about. Can the ATF use Chevron deference because it carries a potential criminal penalty, right? And with them using this Chevron deference so strongly now, that's where it appears to a lot of us that the ATF acts like all three branches of government at once, where they get to decide, right, how to interpret law. They get to create regulations which have full force and effect of law, right? And then they are law enforcement by definition because they're in the executive branch. And this is where a lot of us, feel like, and this is where the government gets the name jackboot, when you have an organization that takes stuff where the plain reading of the law enacted by Congress, okay, there'll be a law enacted by Congress, signed by a duly elected president that says the sky is blue. And then the ATF comes out and says, no, it's not blue, it's pink, because that's our interpretation and we said so. And that gets a lot of Americans really ticked off, So to me, the ATF's been doing way too much of that. This bump stock case that was really about Chevron deference was a huge way to be able to reel it in, okay? Clover just chimed in with an obvious question that I'm glad you asked. Can't the bump stock thing still go to SCOTUS? And Crump said appealing to SCOTUS. Less of a chance, though, since it was a tie, so now it goes back to the lower court because we already have another federal circuit that said Chevron deference is just fine, and they ruled against the bump stock. So if we would have had a split in the circuits, right, with one circuit saying no, one circuit saying yes, then almost assuredly it would have gone to SCOTUS, because that's one of the main ways that they'll grant their certiorari, right, is a split between two circuits. Now they can appeal to SCOTUS, which is what Crump's talking about. But just in my experience in the past, following all these cases, if there was a split in the circuits, it would have been a much more surefire way to get that up to SCOTUS. Or the ATF might have decided to play 3D chess and said, we don't want to go to SCOTUS. We're afraid we'll lose because we've got some justices, right? Like we've got Kavanaugh's been real outspoken against Chevron deference. Gorsuch has been. Coney Barrett has been. Alito and Thomas would probably sign with us because they usually do, right? So the ATF might have been afraid for them to appeal it. See, here's the thing. If we would have won in the Sixth Circuit, it would have been up to the ATF. They could have appealed it to the Supreme Court, lost. If they would have lost, then the whole country could not only have their bump stocks back, but it would have really reined in this Chevron deference use by the ATF, right? Which would have been a huge win. Well, they might have said, no, we won't appeal to SCOTUS because we don't want to lose. Then the Sixth Circuit, which I do happen to live in, it includes 4 states, then I guess bump stocks would have been totally legal in these 4 states, but still not the rest of the country, technically. So I don't want to make that sound too complicated, but I think that's pretty much right the way I explained it. But I think it's like it's not over because they can still appeal to SCOTUS, but it would have been better if it would have been the other way around with the ball in our court. Then people maybe could have taken up litigation in these other circuits, and we might have flipped half the circuits, or maybe SCOTUS would have flipped the whole country. We'll see. We still have a chance, guys. Sounds like we still have a chance. Still have a chance. I'm just tired of always having to play catch up and play underdog on this stuff, Mike McClune with the super sticker. Thanks, man, and for being a channel member and over there on locals. I appreciate you, dude. Let's see what we got going on here. I got to come over to the Susan side of the chat here. StreamYard doesn't show me what's on the sticker. I can see that it's there, but I got to come over to the actual YouTube chat. You know what I'm saying? Before it'll show me what the sticker's of. And they're bringing it up extremely slow tonight just to mess with me. Huh. Uh-oh. 3 hippos both popping out of the water at once. I can't touch guns on the live stream to defend myself, but how long is it going to take those hippos to swim here? All right, I'm going to show you guys a couple cool pieces of gear, and then I'm going to start reading the chat and answer some questions if you guys have it. Oh, that was funny. Colin's son. He says, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a machine gun, ATF. Some of the stuff they've come up with, guys, is pretty absurd, okay? Some of you guys are being pretty demanding tonight. Yes, sir. Let's see some more stuff. All right. So literally like, 11 hours ago, the Gx4 Toro was released to the public, right? Well, I happen to know one of the awesomest holster makers around who also happens to be like just across town from me. So check this out. I don't know when these are going to be on the site. Maybe they are now, maybe soon, but I'll give you guys a little teaser. And by the way, I already have a regular GX4 Forge Tech holster video recorded. It's going to be up on YouTube probably this weekend because I know tons of people still have the regular GX4. But check this out. I have GX4 Toro holsters of several varieties. Here's an OWB, which I like. Also, an IWB. Okay. This has got the belt keeper here, the VG claw, which is nice. So there's an IWB. The clip is on the inside of this one still. I believe this has the nice steel clip. We'll go over all this in a standalone video. Just giving you guys a little teaser here. Here's a through the belt style. So I'm going to give you guys review videos on these, but you'll see where this is heading in 1 second. And another appendix inside the waistband holster. These are cut for the Toro, the optics cut. You can see that relief right there in the top to allow that sight to stick up. And again, literally having the advantages of living across town from a holster maker who's very talented at what he does. And yeah, now here's the thing. I don't need 4 GX4 Toro holsters, obviously. And I don't want 4 of them. But kind of like how Taurus really likes my viewers, so does Forge Tech. And a lot of you guys love his products. And that's why I like to still keep doing reviews. So I'm going to have some extra holsters. And I am going to be giving them away. So yeah. Yeah, if you guys, Lamy looks like he's in timeout. Yeah. Are you in the chat, Linda? Is this the first time ever she's not been in the chat? I want to do reviews on these just to get the knowledge out there, these different styles of Forge Tech GX4 Toro holsters. So I'm not going to give these away tonight because I want to do some content with them, but I don't need 4. I'll probably keep 1 for the channel for when I go out to the range, let you guys know how it's working, and then give away the other ones. James Kawasaki for the super chat. Thanks, man. Channel member, he says, get right with God or be left with Satan. Truth. Ain't that the truth, man? The ATF and all kinds of crap on this earth, right? So do I have any moderators in here at all tonight? Like 0? Besides Modbot, who's not an actual person? I would like to give away a BWE patch for sure. It's just hard for me to stay focused on the content and handle all this at once. All right. So I showed you guys the ammo, which is pretty cool. I showed you guys the GX4 earlier with some screen sharing, which is just the best I can do. You know what I'm saying? On here on YouTube. Now check this out. I'm going to be doing some ammo testing soon. I'm not going to become an ammo channel. That's never going to be my main focus. But there's a couple rounds, and some of you guys on locals know what I'm talking about. And they're advertising like 9mm. Okay? 9mm 124 grain at like 14. What was it? Not 14. 1,345 foot per second. And I'm like, looking for the plus P plus on the box, and it wasn't there. Then I looked for the plus P on the box, and it wasn't there. I'm like, now look, I'm not like a ballistics genius, far from it, but I've been around quite a while, and there's no way that 124 grain gets out of a 9mm pistol, because the normal test barrel length is, it used to be 4.5, 5 inches. More and more, the big reputable manufacturers of ammo are testing 9mm even out of 4 inches, right? And I'm like, well, hold on a minute. Something has to give, because there's no free lunch in this world. You cannot get 124 grains out of a 9mm in any reasonable handgun barrel, whether it's 4, 4.5, even 5 inches. It can't happen. It would have to be like plus P plus. Well, that would be a dirty trick if they have plus P plus loaded ammo, or even plus P or NATO loaded ammo, and didn't tell people on the box. What if they have usually older guns, but if they have older guns that could potentially blow up, they're not rated for it, right? Or maybe they just don't want the extra wear and tear on their guns. So I'm like, I doubt that. Well, here's the deal, guys. 9mm is a pistol cartridge. You usually rate it, test it out of a test barrel in a pistol length barrel, which again has changed a little bit over the years. It's actually gotten shorter because a lot of people know that not many people are running around with 5-inch barrel guns anymore. I mean, look at the Taurus line, right? 3-inch barrel on the GX4. That's considered their micro compact. They call it compact, but it's really a subcompact. The G2C, G3C, those have 3.2-inch barrels. What they call their full-size G3, which is really a compact in my opinion. It's a Glock 19 size, but whatever. The Taurus G3 has a 4-inch barrel. So in most cases, not a whole lot of people even carry anything, right? And 9mm above a 4-inch barrel in real life. And you'll notice, and I'm talking big name manufacturers like Federal, others that are rating it out of 4-inch barrels, even 4.5-inch barrels. So I'm like, well, hold on a minute. In other words, you don't rate when you put it on the front of your box, prominently, huge bold letters, red colored box, 1,345 foot per second, asterisk. Well, hold on a minute, asterisk, but it's not normal, it's not customary, and in my opinion, it's not even cool to test pistol ammo out of a rifle length barrel and then put that feet per second on the box. Just like if you buy 5.56 ammo, it's going to normally be tested from a 24-inch barrel. Now that's longer than almost anyone's AR-15, but it's true. That's what it's. Most of the published data you'll see from the manufacturers is out of a 24-inch barrel. But they would never test it and publish it on their box out of like a 7-inch barrel for 5.56. Even though some people have those, they wouldn't do it. So then I find out asterisk, 9mm 124 grain standard pressure at 1,345 foot per second out of a 17-inch barrel. And then people are testing me, they're rating their 380 out of 6-inch barrels, and 6 is still way above the norm. So I'm going to get to the bottom of some of this stuff, because I'm having newer shooters say, dude, go buy this ammo. It's super cheap, and it's faster than Underwood plus P+. This stuff is like $18 a box, and it's faster than stuff that's like $1.50 a round, like premium Hot Shot boutique ammo. I'm like, well, there's only one way to do that. I'm not trying to throw anyone under the bus. It's just people are asking me. They're like, how's this possible? How is it too good to be true? And I'm like, well, I would say it isn't possible, but I have to prove it. So I bought a chronograph, a Caldwell chronograph. This is their basic model that many of you guys have. So again, I'm not going to become an ammo channel ballistician. That's not my goal, but hey, I'm going to go out there and kind of compare a few different types of ammo just so we can find out of different barrels, like who's kind of rating their stuff out of more pistol barrels, who's using rifle barrels to test their 9mm in. Like, we don't know. Wouldn't it be funny if this PMC Bronze 115 grain that says 1160, what if it was just as fast as this other company's that's saying 1,345? I don't know. But people do want to know, right? So I'm going to be on for about another 35 minutes here, and I would like to answer you guys' questions. Any gun questions? We've been kind of talking about guns for the most part tonight. Let me know. Chronograph, I might shoot through some milk jugs just to show you guys like how something will expand, because milk jugs are a good way, or water jugs, you know. Shooting a bullet in water is a good way to see how much it expands. It's not equal to gel testing for many other aspects, but when it comes to seeing certain things, again, there's awesome ammo channels out there. That's never going to be my niche, but from time to time, what do you guys think? I think it's cool for the channel to have a chronograph so I can do a few things here and there. MSRP on the GX4, the Toro, okay. MSRP on that fact sheet that I showed up there earlier is $468. But look, MSRP on the regular one, the regular GX4, is $399. And I can't leave links here, but go over to my locals, guys. There's a post that shows the deal on it over there for $319. Okay, $319. So that's $80 below MSRP. If I had to guess, when it's brand new, when it first comes out, it's going to be at a little bit of a premium because everyone will be fighting over it. That's how all new guns are, not just Taurus, but any brand. I bet you we see them coming at around $399, maybe $419. Let the dust settle. $399, $379. I could see probably, and this is just my opinion, I could probably see the GX4 Toros finally mellowing out in like the $369 range, and the regular GX4s kind of settling in at the $299 range. Because remember, these came out during the Flugaloo, the GX4 did. Guns have gone down in price a ton, guys, from where they were a year and a half ago, but they still haven't come all the way back down. I've been noticing, like at PSA, the G2Cs down to like $229, which is way cheaper than they were a year ago, but they were $179 with mail-in rebate 3 years ago. Will we ever get back to $179 again? No, not unless everything changes drastically. Just too much inflation, too much mismanagement in our government right now. Ain't going to happen. I mean, look at your gas prices, right? But they're still slowly tinking down there. So I don't think, unless something crazy happens, we lose more court cases, more gun control on the ticket, whatever the deal might be, another big lockdown, you know what I'm saying? So things could always change. It's very volatile. It happened real quick about a year and a half ago, guys. But guns still haven't completely gotten down there yet. So keep in mind, some guns have. It seems like a lot of the shotguns have kind of gotten closer, but they're not even all the way there. So just keep in mind, we're still in a somewhat hyperinflated market from the panic buying that happened a year and a half ago. So that's my answer to that question. I wanted to be thorough just to put some context because all guns, it's getting better, guys. It's getting a lot better. Our friend Marksman TV did a video about it, and he was on my stream months ago, and I want to have him on again soon. Let me know if you guys would look forward to that because I know him and I would. So let me know if you want me to have Marksman TV on here soon as a guest. But we talked about it in my stream. He did an awesome standalone video, I don't know, a few weeks back now. Definitely check his channel out. But you guys know who he is. He has an awesome channel, Marksman TV. And he said, look, guys, guns are getting better every day. They're getting closer and closer to where they used to be. Ammo, it's going to take a little bit longer. And guess what? He was exactly right. And I agreed with him the whole time. You know, I was like, yeah, I think so. So, yeah. All of these are still a little bit overinflated at the moment. But yeah, I do want to get to the bottom of a couple things with some of this ammo. I don't want to hang anyone out to dry. Here's what I don't want, though. I don't want a new shooter to think that they found this genie in a bottle, miracle in a bottle, and it's just hard to explain stuff. Sometimes you just have to show it. You know what I mean? What's happening, Frank? How you doing, man? I'm getting ready. I'm actually editing and getting ready to upload and have Susan and her crew lovingly attend to my shooting range video. And then once it passes all of their inspections, we'll be able to get it up here. My little get together range day. We had Frank the Tank shooting the Romanian GF3, the PSA GF3, and quite a few of you guys that are actually in the chat. So really looking forward to getting that video out there. Let's see if there's any questions in here. Yeah, I have, here's the thing, guys, 9mm. It is what it is. Just like I said earlier with the red dot sights, right? Like, I wish all of the micro dots or whatever you want to call them, the RMR pattern. I wish they were all just RMR and all the small ones could be, let's say, Shield RMSC, just because they came out with that first. Now, I know a lot of you guys are like, hold on, don't do it. I have a Vortex. I have a, that's not my point. We wouldn't be dealing with that though. Like now it's too late. It's too late. If they tried to make it where there was just one red dot footprint, like 3/4 of us would have to throw our stuff away. So in the present tense, I'm not calling for it, but just think how beautiful it would have been back years ago if there would have just been one footprint that they all used and they just competed with each other based on the price point, quality, battery life, brightness, clarity of dot, construction. But no, they didn't just compete on that. They competed on footprints, and that's a mess. Now let me tie that back into ammo. We shouldn't be competing with each other on ammo based on the fact that 90% of the companies, good night, Frank. I'll talk to you tomorrow, man. I appreciate you. So we shouldn't be with ammo. It just shouldn't be this way. No, I get it, guys. It's a free country. It's a business. It's capitalism. People can do whatever they want. So I don't mean they shouldn't be able to do it like the government should stop them. I don't mean that at all. Don't mean that at all. I just mean they shouldn't. Like, come on, guys. You're messing with a lot of new shooters here, or people that might not be a new shooter, but don't dive into ammo deeply. So it's like this chaos. Why would you have it where most of the industry uses a 4, 4.5, or 5-inch barrel to give their speeds for 9mm? They just do. But this company's going to use a 6-inch barrel on some of their loadings and a 17-inch 9mm barrel? I mean, I don't have a 17 9-inch barrel. I don't even know, like, if they even make a 17. I have a high point, which is a 16.5. That's going to have to be close enough, right? Because I've never even heard of a 17-inch even barrel. When do I talk about the SAR 9? Good question. I did put that in the title. I may change my title because I don't mean it to be clickbait. But no, I'll talk about the SAR 9 right now, actually. So, by very popular request, I bought a SAR 9. And if you go over to my locals page, guys, I'm not trying to be bogue, send you other places. I cannot link to places like this here. It's just I can't. It's against the policy. But over on locals, you'll see where I posted a deal on one. Let's just put it that way, on the SAR 9. And a lot of you guys says you really liked it. And it's been a popular request on this channel, okay? And about last year, year and a half ago-ish, people were like, dude, get a SAR 9. I listened to you guys' requests and try to oblige and get stuff that I think you guys will really like, right? Well, it was $3.99. And I'm like, you know what? It's a SARS Lamaze. Like, I bought their B6Ps used to be $229. I bought a Tanfoglio Witness P, which is a different gun, but that was in the 200 and something range. I'm like, all these cheaper polymer CZ clones. I'm just going through all these different Turkish pistols. I'm like, I don't think it's worth $400. I ain't gonna spend $400 on it. So then it got down to like $319, and I'm like, getting closer. Because that was like flu panic price last year, $400. So, it gets down. Yeah, Davey understands what I'm saying. Look, it's a fine line, and I'm gonna have to think of the perfect way to word it when I do the video, but I don't want to throw a company under the bus or invoke any cancel culture. I have to find the perfect way to do it, because that's not going to be my goal. But I do not want new shooters just getting completely misled, making their minds all scrambled eggs because they're like, whoa, how is this say this, but this other says that? Maybe you guys can help me think of ways to approach this, because I promise you, I'm trying to help the people with this experiment I'm going to do, but I don't want it to be a hit piece on this company, okay? Now, back to the SAR 9, okay? So, and I have it. It's here with me right now. I can't touch it, but I might bring it on locals tomorrow night. I might not either, to be honest with you guys. So here's the deal. Then $299, then $279, free shipping. Like, wow. $30 rebate. Wow. Got the post over on locals, guys, if you're wondering what I'm talking about. Right now it's like $255, $30 rebate. So right now is the time. So I bought it by very popular request. I don't know what to say about it, other than it has finger grooves in it. Very, very pronounced finger grooves. And the bottom mag well like juts out with like this. If you're familiar with an HK VP9, I don't want to say it's a clone of, but yeah, they clearly, especially in the grip, copied it, okay? Every time I say, I don't like a gun, people get mad at me. Whatever. I can't. There's been people that got mad at me tonight because I talked about the fact that we just lost in the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals. Whatever. I can't please everybody all the time. Okay. I can't please any one person. I can't please everybody any of the time is what it comes down to. I can't please any one person all the time. But I'm not a good actor, and I don't want to lie to you guys. I got the SAR-9 in my hands. And besides the High Point C9, which I think is a great gun in its own right because it's so cheap and I love it exists for that reason, I can't stand the High Point C9 because the little safety / slide catch thing, jigger, digs right into my thumb. Now, I can't stand a manual safety on any striker fire gun. And the fact that the SAR-9 had, in the pictures, a left side safety on the frame made me where the gun wouldn't be for me to carry, that's for sure. But maybe for a range toy, for the channel, the people want to know. Okay? So I bought the SAR-9. Now let me add on to this before I go into the SAR-9 anymore. I don't like a manual frame-mounted safety on a striker fired at all. Not going to carry this SAR-9 no matter what. Wouldn't even consider carrying it. That's just me. Not telling you guys what to do. But for a range day, okay. Range toy, whatever. For the channel, people want to know. Again, you guys are very generous. You guys help me buy these guns for the channel. So I bought it for the channel. But I have a line in the sand when it comes to this. Under no uncertain terms will I even consider buying any pistol, let alone a striker fire, let alone even a 1911. I will not, no matter what, never have, never, ever, ever will buy an ambi safety pistol. I hate them, hate everything about them. I've been around guns since 1994. I've never even once felt an ambidextrous safety gun of any type, any style that I ever liked, that I could ever grip how I wanted it to without that safety somehow, either here or here or here. Or, you guys know what I'm saying? This stupid SAR-9, in all the pictures it shows a left side safety, it comes with this ambidextrous safety. But there's more. This ambidextrous safeties are the hugest safeties I've ever seen. They're like, besides like a performance 1911 safety, which is just going to be on the left side, and the way the 1911 shaped, it doesn't like get in your way. This is a striker fired. Just listen to this. I'll just cut to the chase. I can't stand the gun, and I've not even shot it yet, and I don't even know if I ever do want to shoot it. Hopefully, I'm just jumping to conclusions. I'll change my mind, and I'll love it. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to or not. But just me holding it in my hand, let me sum it up real quick here. It has ambidextrous safeties that I can't stand. I love it that lefties have options if they're reversible, whatever. I don't know why lefties would like ambi safeties either. If I was a lefty, I would want the safety on the right side of the gun. Maybe in a right-handed shooter, I like it on the left side of the gun. I don't know why anybody would want ambidextrous safety on any gun, any handgun in the whole wide world. If you guys want it, that's totally fine with me. I'm just giving you my opinion. I don't know why anybody would want ambi of anything. And I also don't understand why anyone would want even one safety, let alone two, on a striker fire pistol. Manual safeties. 2 manual safeties on a striker fire pistol? But there's more. There's more with this gun. It's very heavy. Very heavy. Like, heavy. But that's not really a deal breaker for me. So it has these very pronounced finger grooves in it. I'm talking like it forces your hand. Now it also has channels cut on each side, right? Where your thumb would go, depending if you're right or left, where your thumb would go, or where your shooting finger starts to go, right? Your trigger finger. Very pronounced troughs. Very huge thing that sticks out from the mag well. It looks kind of like a horn, like a prong on the bottom of it. Very pronounced. I can't just slide my grip down 3/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch to get that abomination, whatever the heck it is. They call it ambidextrous safety. Dude, the safeties on this thing are the size of like the slide catch release on like the Canic Meta. They're huge. And not to mention they're metal, and they have little like pyramid metal stippling on them too, on the downward angle to grind the crap out of my thumb. And this was just me holding onto it. Now, people might grip their guns differently. They might have a different hand shape. I shoot my handguns one way and one way only, as high up and close to the slide as I possibly can. I want to use physics to my advantage. I don't want the axis of bore and the reciprocating mass to be any higher than right here where I'm grabbing on, webbing of hand, support hand coming around. I shoot in the thumbs forward position. I've seen guys do a teacup. I've seen guys do a million things, but I can't, if I move my hand down to get away from these dual abominations on both sides of it, now they're, instead of being in the finger grooves, my hands are sitting on the pointed part of the finger grooves. I sincerely hope, because I just spent my hard-earned money on it. It's sitting right here. I only had like 30 seconds, guys. I was a little late to the stream because I was an hour away from here at the FFL. Had to come back up to my shop to do this stream tonight, so I was running late. But I only grabbed it for a split second, just a couple times, you know, like, I don't know. Is there a legit way to delete the safety? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Can I maybe find a new way to grip it? I don't know. But if I grip like 50 other pistols a certain way, do I really want to change my grip? I like to be high on the slide, high as possible on any kind of modern gun. Okay. I don't know. I'm going to keep an open mind. If I were forced to, and I know none of you guys are forcing me into this, but if I were forced to give you my initial impressions on a scale of 1 to 10, it gets a 1 because the high point gets a 0 for ergonomics. But I like the high point because it's so cheap for other reasons. I do like the high point, and I own a C9. It's just got that plastic, real like sharp thing. They call it a safety. They call it many things. That just digs. It digs right in here. And this has like, the SAR9 has like these huge things on there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We'll see. I thought, and I don't mean this in a Karen way at all. I truly don't. I'm trying to mean this from a genuine way. I think it's false advertisement. I'm just being honest with you guys. When it shows it in a picture that it only has a left side safety on it, and it doesn't mention anywhere in the description whatsoever that it's ambidextrous, I don't know. You usually can't return guns, but in this case, I might return it. I might wake up in the morning, kind of get a clear head about myself, and untrain the way I've been shooting since 1994 and come up with a different way to grip it. Maybe the gun put me in a bad mood because of looking at them big safeties, and I like it in spite of them. I don't know. I have no idea. It's not good for the channel for me to say I don't like a gun, guys. Trust me. You know, I always tell the truth on here, and normally when I like guns, like, people are real happy that I like it. Because here's how this works. I already know how this works. People watch videos and gun reviews to either A, learn more, which is a lot of people, but it's usually, though, choice B or C. That's just in my opinion. Either A, to justify a purchase they're about to make, right? Or C, to justify a purchase they've already made. And if you ever say you don't like a gun on here, people hate you for it, like personally, and you lose subscribers and all these things. So I probably already lost subscribers, but I don't even know how many I have because I don't even keep track of them on here. On locals, I do. And that's why I'm excited. I'm going to give away a gun and a bunch of other stuff over there, but I don't even know how many I have here. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to try to wake up with a clear head. I'll just say that before I keep bashing on this gun, but I don't know. There's these two things that weren't in the picture of the gun and weren't. What do you guys think? If you're looking at a description, I'm going to ask you guys a question. I'm scanning to see if you guys have any. I I'm going to see if you guys have any more questions. Gore says Marksman TV says one of his biggest sellbacks is the SAR 9. Look, and there's many awesome people in here, people that I consider good friends, that are telling me right now as we speak that you guys love the SAR 9. I don't think I'm wrong or you guys are wrong. I hope I am. Like, I hope when I wake up in the morning, because I want to like the gun so much. I do. It's a very valued price point. You know, I don't know. I'm going to try to just not think about the gun much more tonight. And hopefully I somehow magically like it in the morning. I just don't know. But if you buy a new gun in the description, if they don't say ambidextrous safety, if they don't explicitly state that, is it fair to assume it only has one? Because the description says frame-mounted safety, but it doesn't say ambidextrous. What about when the picture shows you the left side of the gun and you see the safety, and then the right side it has none? I don't know. I seriously have like zero Karen in me. I have zero Karen in me. But I'm almost like, dude, I need to speak to your manager and return this thing. I just said that out loud because I can't stand that. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. I bought a gun with a ambidextrous safety. I will never own a gun with an ambidextrous safety. Like never, ever, 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 ever. I unknowingly bought one because somebody made an error or tricked me or both. I don't know. I don't think they tricked me, but somebody messed up big time with their photos. All right. Yeah, you know, don't say anything bad about a SIG. Ooh, like them firing when they shouldn't, and their primer smear, striker drag, not being drop safe, and beta testing it in people's hands that spent like 3 times more than a Taurus that is drop safe right out of the box. I would never do that. I would never say that. I would never say that, Nahheim. I couldn't help it, guys. He left me open for that one. Now, look, here's the thing, guys. Yeah, here's the thing, California Pepper. If I do return it, it's not just going to be because I don't like it. It'd be because I refuse to buy ambidextrous safety guns. Look, if it wasn't for the 2A EDU channel, I refuse to buy a manual safety striker fire gun, period, to carry. Now, I'm glad I bought the G2C, which falls to that category, okay? So, but think about it. The G2C, then the G3C, the G3, they put those safeties way up here into the rear, like way out of your way, very subdued. I don't even know they're there. That's not the case with the SAR 9. Now, some of you guys are sitting there nodding your head, and you just said you like the SAR 9 more. Now, if you like the SAR 9 more because it has 2, in my opinion, huge ambidextrous safeties, then you guys are loving what you're hearing right now, and that's awesome. I don't like a safety on a striker fire. The way Taurus does it, I'm fine with it. I would have never bought one of those either, but people on this channel convinced me to buy my original G2C, and that's why I'm still eager to do videos with you guys today, because I'm very grateful. I'm very, very grateful that you guys introduced me to these guns, because I totally, totally love them. Okay? But the way they do the safety, there's so many Taurus owners in here, you guys know what I mean. How many of you guys own this SAR 9 and the G3, G2C? Where they put these safeties isn't even comparable. It's not even close. But I would never return a gun just because I didn't personally like it. But if they showed me a picture of a gun with one safety and never mentioned that it's ambidextrous, to me that's kind of like more falls on false pretense rather than I just didn't like it. I don't know. What's happening, Andrew? Been here since I started. Awesome, man. A few of you guys have been here since I started. Wow, that's crazy. Look, I just tried to tick off all you SIG guys as fast as I could, and there might be some truth in what I just said. There might not be. You guys can decide, but I just picked some of the quickest, stuff people are ranting and raving about SIG with as fast as I could. Just trying to have some fun with you guys. Any more questions? You know what, Jane? Your Tang phone? Look, I wouldn't buy it because I don't like ambi safety, but I shot that exact gun 3 weeks ago. And how you doing, Jane? Nice to see you, by the way. It was fine. It was fine on that. Basically a CZ variant, right? I could deal with it. It was okay. It was doable. But the safeties are not in the same position, right? They're not in the same position on that Tank Foglio CZ75. Look, guys, I won't buy a 1911 with ambi safety either, but they're doable too. I've shot friends 1911s with the ambi safety, and if done properly, I can manage. Jane Lock's Tangfo SA90. I wouldn't buy it. I've never bought a gun with ambi safeties, never will. But I enjoyed shooting hers just a couple weeks ago, and that was fine too. They just put them in different spots. You know what I mean? These are totally different guns, basically. Oh, geez. Fluffy 10mm Jeep guy is saying we can talk all the crap we want about SIG. No. I don't want to turn this into SIG versus Taurus. You guys can if you want, though. I don't care. It's fine with me either way. You know what? Like I said, I'll just be honest with you guys again later on that SAR 9. I don't know. Maybe I'll figure out a way to get used to it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. If there's a way to return it. Here's the problem. Every gun store there is has a absolutely no firearms returns for any reason whatsoever policy. Now, I wouldn't feel right doing a review on it and then returning it. That's just me. Unless it broke, then I'd exchange it for warranty. So I don't know. I'll either just do the review, do a couple reviews. I'll go out and shoot it, even if it's not comfortable for me at all. If I think it's beneficial to the channel, and then I'll just keep it, I guess. Or I'll return it. I'm not going to do both. I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to go out there and review it for the channel and try to double dip and then return. I won't do that. So I'll give it a little more thought, guys. I'll give it a little more thought. But I'm going to do the right thing no matter what. I'll just be honest with you guys, and I'm not going to double dip. It's either, hey, look, take it back, guys. I believe it was sold under a false pretense, whether it was your fault, SAR's fault, SARS USA's fault. Like, I don't know whose fault it is. I don't really care. I'll either do that or I'll come, give an honest review. I'll take it to the range. It's not like I'm going to die shooting it, okay? Come on, guys. I'm not trying to exaggerate. It's not like, oh, it's going to make my hand fall off. None of that. It's just, I'm holding on to this thing, digging in here, digging in there, digging in over here, right? Digging in over here. I'm like, but maybe it'll change in the morning. Maybe it'll change. Yeah, see, I don't know if state laws vary how that works. Yeah, you guys are giving me some advice. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I just try to do the right thing in life because I believe in karma and I don't want to, you know what I mean. Ross with a super chat. Thanks, man. Another guy I hung out with a couple weeks ago. Nice to see you, man. He said, thanks for a great stream as always. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Sell it for charity. You know, you might be mistaken, but I'm a week or two at any given time away from needing a charity offering for me. So I don't know, you know, if you're being serious or not, but if you guys think gun tubers are wealthy, probably couldn't be more wrong. Okay. I literally get very generous donations and I put a lot back into this channel for how small it is. Personally, how I feed my family, I'm a landscaper. I cut grass. I'm an owner-operator business, literally working by myself. So you might have just been saying that to be funny. You might have been saying it to be nice, but no, I'm not a guy that does charity auctions. Like I don't want to give up too much of my personal life, but you guys would have no clue how little money I personally have. None whatsoever, and that's fine. Raffle it off for a profit. Well, yeah, thanks for turning that around. No, I don't know. Look, I don't just like, I'm not just going to sit there and I'll figure it out, guys. I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. I'm kind of bummed out, though, because I was really, really looking forward to it a lot. A lot. I'm just checking here for some more, if there's any more questions. Skip Green, you can You can sell it for a little less than you paid. People will want a 2A EDU owned piece of crap. I don't know. No, you guys are giving me ideas here. I just don't know. Maybe I'll like it. Maybe I'll like it tomorrow a little bit. Oh, okay. It was meant to be nice. Okay, I got you. Yeah, one of my trucks is still down, man. No, I appreciate it. I might have read that the wrong way. I thought you meant like, I don't know. Never mind. When I think of like me putting my firearms up and giving them away to charity, that just felt like a rich person thing to do. But if you didn't mean it that way at all, I'm sorry I took you the wrong way, dude. Uh, all right, so I am going to, at the last minute here, EV3 Dale. If you would email 2aeduperks at gmail.com. EV3 Dale, 2aeduperks at gmail.com. I'd like to send you one of these BWE patches. Let me type this in the chat here. Usually I have a little help on these streams. I don't tonight, which is okay. But I definitely wanted to give away at least one of these patches. All right. Cool. Yep. Just 2aeduperks at gmail.com. Just whatever name or address will get it to your house. It doesn't have to be your real name. Whatever you think will get it to your door, that's it. Judas Priest 666. What's happening, man? Channel member. Thank you. I appreciate it, dude. And I actually wanted to give 2 of these away tonight. And I'm literally just going kind of like random with this because, look, I usually have like Linda pick so it can be like less biased, but I'm going to be like super, super biased right now. I like Judas Priest avatar. Look at his avatar, guys. So I'm going to give away one more of these BWE patches to Judas Priest. So email that same address I typed in there, Judas Priest, and EV3 Dale. So both of you guys, I will set these aside. Thanks to the generosity of Ronnie Thompson. 5 more are going to be given away to you guys, plus ones that I already have here, and locals and YouTube streams in the future. Let's take one more scan here. Boy, Curtis Reynolds, his chat's still up top. Oh, thank you, Curtis. Thank you, all of you guys. Randy Smith, do I think ammo prices will drop more? Yes, with the caveat, yes, unless there's another catastrophe. They'll drop more. Are they going to drop to what they were before? No, I don't think so. Because natural resources are up. I mean, these contain copper, lead. They contain labor of people, which I go to the different fast foods and drive by them nowadays. I don't eat at any of them, but I drive by them. And starting at $15 an hour. Now, I know in some states that's not much. That's, well, up until this New World Order a year and a half ago, that was a lot in Michigan. So wages are up. Ammo's very, very heavy. Think of the trucking, the increased cost of diesel fuel. The short answer, yes, if there's no more catastrophe. Now, we have this variant, they call it right now. They're talking about lockdowns, okay? I'm going to be keeping my nose to the ground on this one, guys. We could run in a situation where it could start spiking back up again. That lockdown word. But as of right now, if that doesn't happen, I think they're just bluffing on the lockdowns. But trust me, they lock us down again. Of course it's going to spike. Look at what happened a year and a half ago. So no lockdowns, nothing crazy like that. It'll keep dwindling down for a bit longer. Ain't going to be the price it was before. It just can't be. The cost of living is just too much. Way too much. And all of it just is what it is. I mean, I was joking around. I went over on my locals and put up, it was a PSA cheese grater upper handguard 8K. Great price. I posted that on locals earlier. Just trying to have some fun. I'm like, guys, look, it has the cheese grater upper handguard. I'm like, anyone bought any decent cheese lately? And look at the price of it. And I was like, heck, groceries are just so expensive. I'm not going to eat anymore and just buy guns. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I don't mean like American cheese because it's not real cheese, but like just like a little piece of like hard cheese. And I'm not like a cheese snob, but I just wanted to buy some real cheese from the deli, right? I'm looking at this stuff. I'm like, $9 a pound. This was like $4.50 last year. So if you look at it that way, no, of course ammo's not going to come down to where it once was. It's impossible. Nothing's going to come down as long as we're in the situation we're in right now. That's my opinion. I look at this as a commodity. In some ways, it's awesome to have cash on hand. In some ways, I think this is better than cash, just in my opinion. And I don't know what's what, obviously, but I'm not an expert at any of this, but you can't rule this stuff out like it's currency to a point, you know? I know different people that made a lot of money last year that had bought 9mm ammo for $8 a box and sold hundreds and hundreds of boxes of it for $50 a box. I'm not talking gun shops. I'm just talking people that actually like just had been saving a lot of ammo at their house over the years. Those kinds of people. I know a couple people. They got to put a cool 10, 20, 30, even 50K in their pocket. One person I know that literally. So how can someone tell me ammo is not currency when I watch that kind of thing happen? And here's the thing. People weren't throwing eggs at him saying, you're ripping me off for 50 a box. That was at the height of all of it. They were begging him, thanking him, saying, how much can I buy? And when he started getting low, there was actually people mad at him. It's like, what do you mean you'll only sell me one box? There were people that were mad at him because he would only sell them one box of 9mm ammo for $50 that he had paid like $8.50 a box for like 3 months earlier. I've never seen anything like this in my life. It was crazy last year. So the good news is, assuming none of that happens again right now, the prices are going to be slowly edging down in price, just not what they were before. So I think we'll take that as some good news. And you didn't need that long of an answer, Randy, but I don't know. I just thought about it for a minute. You guys have heard them. They're like, we might have lockdowns again. Not trying to be a doom and gloom guy right now, but you can't rule it out. When they tell you they're going to do something, you're dumb to not at least pay attention just a little bit, right? I saw a funny comment here before I sign off. Jeff, it's the two-way cheese hour. No, I just totally made myself sound yuppity. I just went from saying, I'm not rich, I'm poorer than all of you, to now I'm talking like my exquisite taste in cheese. No, like, if you guys could just know what I was at Walmart, okay? Like, it wasn't even like fine cheese. It was literally just not American cheese, which is nothing but vegetable oil with orange food coloring in it. Like, I was just trying to buy cheese that the first ingredient was milk, and it was so expensive, I put it back. So that's what I meant by that. Like, groceries are literally that insane, and here we are with ammo too, right? Randy Adams, 03. What's happening, man? Nice to see you tonight. Good to see all you guys. Reptile guys, what's happening, dude? He says the next so-called lockdown is going to be much worse. They're planning something big. I don't know. We're going to try to stay positive tonight and say ammo's still coming down in price. You know? And EV3, not really anybody did anyways. I'm just using this to kind of remind you guys of a certain time period last year. I didn't lock down. I didn't comply with any of that crap. Not at all. And I know a bunch of you guys didn't either. But whether I liked it or not, ammo went right through the roof and was sold out in most places because of the lockdown. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. Robbie Bryant, my employer, asked me not long ago if I had cash at home in case the banks went out, which is something people think about. He said, nope, I've got ammo stacked up. It's just as good, if not better, than your cash. There you go. Yeah, you got to try to stay as positive as you can, but you have to prepare too. I totally agree with that. What's happening, Ron Wayne? How you doing, man? Can I pair a good cheese to a Taurus pistol? I like feta cheese, actually. Just saying. The pre-crumbled stuff's okay in like the Tupperware container in the deli, but when you get the feta in the brick and you kind of break it off, I don't know. I'm kind of a feta cheese guy. So there you go. The feta cheese and the Taurus pistol. No, I'm just buying guns. Guns are cheaper than food. The AK cheese grater must only be paired rather, with the finest wine. Yeah, I know. All right, Bill Camperus, what's happening, dude? Nice to see you, man. Let's go, Brandon Lockdowns. I agree, and that is a good note to end the stream tonight. I will be back on here tomorrow, not here, on Locals, and I'll be back here on YouTube next Friday night, and I have several videos that are in the queue. I don't know if you guys saw my original Taurus Gx4 Toro video. I actually have a longer version, and I did that on the GX4 too, and a lot of people thanked me for it, so not trying to duplicate post. There's going to be another unboxing and review of the GX4 Toro, and that's going to be a long version because it's literally about 50-50. Half the people say, I want a more short, concise video, and they complain when it goes too long. Then I do a short one, and they say, what happened to your longer form, more thorough reviews? So I'm going to put up a more longer form, thorough review of the GX4 Toro. I don't know, maybe like Sunday or something like that this weekend. I'm going to pop up some holster videos for a couple different Taurus products and some stuff that has nothing to do with Taurus whatsoever. And I will think about, I'll try to wake up with an open mind on the SAR9. I truly will, guys, and we'll see what happens, but I will let you guys know. All right, thanks for watching, and have a good one.